Today, I've got a freebie for you all. So, I've been doing a lot of work to really force the AI and force the automation. And it's been a different orientation as I kind of execute on tasks at Lynchpell Labs. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about the template that I have in Notion, and I'll make that publicly available for all of you to swipe if you so choose. Basically, if I have a task that is, you know, normally would take a medium amount of my brain power to do, instead of diving into the task, I dive into this template. And the example I want to walk through is this like client feedback triage. So for multiple projects, services, products, I get feedback, and part of getting that feedback is triaging the feedback. And to describe the sections here, so when I have this new workflow, I've got a description of what the task is, what the process is. I define what the trigger is. So, what usually triggers this task? Is it anytime the task happens? Is it ad hoc? Is something that I do weekly? Especially for some client feedback, I'll usually go in and check out what the latest is on like a weekly cadence before we meet to talk about it. What's the output that I want, either in for the AI kind of generated world or just general? Like, is the output like a list of comments that I've responded to? Is the output a list of linear tasks? And then something new that I've added here is this idea of global context. There's been a lot of buzz around context engineering. I'll probably have another episode about that. But what is the information that somebody would need to know to do this workflow well? And in the client feedback task, it's like you would need to know a bit about what the product is, so some product documentation, in order to even begin to understand the feedback. You'd need to have some sort of feedback prioritization framework, or how do you even like process feedback, some principles that you're kind of leaning towards. And then in terms of responding and kind of the comm side, you would need to have a response styles guide. Then I've got this workflow, and my favorite part is I turn it into a graph. So if you go episodes ago when I was explaining some of what lane graph looks like, then this workflow becomes a graph. My thinking here is, as I continue to like refine and build out this framework, this global context would inform prompts, like the system prompts for these steps. And I have been working it. It certainly made the getting to the outcome of the work slower, but I've actually learned a ton as I take the process, we'll map out the process, and then start building tools to tackle this process. That's my framework for how I'm going from doing things manually to a more like AI native process. And thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you have any comments.